He's killing it. I'm sure there's well, you're a survivor too, right? So we have people here that have been affected, and we want to raise awareness, and we want to talk a little bit more about, you know, what you're doing and what you're going to go through now. So I'm going to let you.
I'm going to make it really short so that we can let her speak. And I also want to introduce Syria, who's just recently was diagnosed and had a mastectomy. So in 2009, I was 31 years old when I found what I thought was a tumor in my breast, and I freaked out immediately. I went to the doctors. I did everything that doctors were asking me to do, and unfortunately, every doctor that I saw told me that it wasn't cancer, that I was too young for it. So I felt that this tumor that I thought it was, but of course they kept saying it's a cyst. It started to grow, and every time I go back to the doctor, they would say, it's nothing, you're too young for it. So fast forward, 9 months later, I end up in the ER, and my breast was double the size as the other one. They had to basically stick a big needle in my breast and aspirate to take out the fluids. Supposedly it was sent to the labs for biopsy. They never contacted me. About 3 days later, I went back because my breast was again the same size. In and out of the ER, from doctor to doctor, everyone kept telling me, you're too young for it, you're too young for it. Until one doctor finally at White Memorial saw me and said, we need to do a biopsy. That was the first time I had ever heard that. The biopsy was done, and in less than a week, I was told that I had breast cancer, that my tumor had now grown from 1 centimeter to 9 centimeters. I always feel that God was with me because everyone thought that it had spread, that I was a stage 4. Thank God it was a stage 3B, but they couldn't save my breast. I had a bilateral mastectomy, which means that they removed both of my breasts. I went through chemotherapy and I went through radiation. It was the most difficult process to have gone through, but because of that, it allowed me to really learn about this disease and teach women in the community to not be afraid, to advocate for yourself, to push, you know, to ask for a second opinion, to ask for a mammogram. There's a sample, there's a breast I have on my table, and I want women to feel on it to check for that lump, right, that we all are kind of scared to feel for. But it's important because once we let it go, you know, it starts to spread and it starts to go into other organs. Then we become a stage 4, and what happens? Sometimes it's too late, right? So please check your breasts. Please, please, please push your women, your Sanchas, your tias, your tios. Let them know, let the vecinas know that it's not, you know, something that's gonna kill you unless you don't take care of it, right? So my organization started after I lost my father to cancer. My father and I were unfortunately diagnosed 3 months apart, and I lost him to cancer, and that's what pushed me to really put myself out there and talk about the different diseases, because it's not just breast cancer. There's colorectal cancer, there's lung cancer, cervical cancer, there's all types of cancer. And so I service every community that you can think of. Anyone who reaches out to me, I will go out there. You know, we will talk about what we can do to help them. So it's not just for women, it's men, women, and children. The other thing is the money that we raise throughout the year, we provide services to women for Mother's Day. We're having a beautiful event for women that have been affected by cancer that are currently battling. We're going to provide them with wigs, and we're going to provide them with a beauty day. So our organization may be small, but we really do the work from the heart. And so when Lydia reached out to me to come out here and talk to her biker community about the importance about getting, you know, checked and making sure that they know what they're looking for, I said, absolutely, I'm here, you know, 100%. She shared her friend's story with me, and I was touched by it because, you know, women are getting diagnosed younger and younger, and it's scary because if we don't know what we're looking for, we don't know what to expect, and so sometimes we run away. With that, please stop by my booth, get some information on who we are, and if you can share us, you know, the merchandise that we sell, all that goes back into our organization, and we really do help families that have been affected by cancer. So thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming, sharing your story, and I'm sure that, you know, if you don't know, now you know, right? When I put a fundraiser together, when I reached out to Letty and I told her I was gonna, you know, you're not going to be working for some time. You're going to be going through it, and I wanted to somehow help, and we put this fundraiser together, and we were able to raise some money to help Letty through this difficult time. So I want to thank you all, everyone that donated, and this is from everybody here, everybody that donated online, and this is going to go to you, Letty. Aside from this, other people reached out directly and donated to her directly. So she just opened up her shop, and she's going through a lot right now. She's been a good friend of mine, and I'm looking forward to helping out during your difficult journey. So thank you.
I just first want to thank you all for coming out. You guys have definitely lifted my spirits during this time. But to date, with this check, along with the Venmo, Cash App, the personal checks that have been sent to me, I've raised over $10,000. Yeah, so thank you all. I feel the love. You guys have made this so easy for me. Again, my journey hasn't started yet. I haven't had my surgery. I'm just in the beginning stages. I'm hoping to be where they're at one day, soon. But I'm gonna pass the mic to her so she could tell her story. But again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. The bike community has been so great to me. Thank you.
Sorry, this is my first time doing this. So, as Chavelita told you guys, I just got diagnosed with breast cancer in December. My mom actually been part of the breast cancer community for about 25 years. This is my mom. This is a last picture I have of my mom and me. A few years after this, she passed away from breast cancer. So after that, I became a nurse, and years later, I became a nurse, and I always knew that one day I would need to, start doing mammograms and things like that. So come last year, my doctor told me it's time for you to start doing your mammograms because you have a high risk in your family. I didn't feel nothing. There was nothing that was there that was obvious. They did a mammogram, an ultrasound, and an MRI. Within 4 months, I got the news that I had breast cancer. So 6 weeks ago, I underwent a bilateral mastectomy. Against my doctors, they wanted only me to do one breast, but because it's so high in my family, I decided to do both of my breasts. So I fought for my own life. Even though sometimes the doctors want you to do one thing, it's always good to do your research. These events are really great for you. So as of Thursday, I don't have to go through any chemo, any radiation, and I am considered a survivor because I was able to catch this at a really young age. I'm 37, and my mom passed away at 51. She got diagnosed in her late 40s. So I'm very blessed and lucky that I'm able to continue her story, not mine.
And I also want to thank all the vendors that are here. It's a lot of work for us to come out and do all this setup and donations and everything, and we're here to help one another. We have a few vendors that are doing things to give back to Letty and to the breast cancer awareness. Sitting Bull Cigar is collecting donations. He always has. He likes the boobs, so that's why he's doing it. We have a lady that has crochet, like the boobs that are, if you guys want to feel on those. And then, there you go. Bring them out, bring them out. You bring them out. Yeah, there we go. So, and then Chavelita has merchandise. She's giving away goodie bags. Lux Surgery Center. We have Kim and her dad a little bit because you have
White Memorial's Cancer Center is also here, so anyone who may not have insurance, or you just want to ask questions about mammograms or information, you guys can go by her booth. I work closely with that hospital, so
check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.